Hi, I'm Nicole Kemper of Critical Crop Top Films, and I'm a writer, filmmaker, and performer living in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've committed to shooting at least one roll of Super 8 film per month. So this month, the challenge that I gave myself was to work with black and white film. I have shot black and white film before, was still photography, 35 millimeter. But I did shoot some black and white in graduate school. Our first 16 millimeter films on the Bolex were in black and white, but in the whole time that I've been shooting Super 8, so, back like 10 years ago when I got into Super 8 for a little while, everything I shot was in color. So I got myself some ASA 200 black and white film from Pro 8mm. So of course this is a 50-foot cartridge. I've already shot one. I've sent it off to be processed and scanned. I actually bought the package from Pro 8mm. This is better now, you can see it. I bought the film process scan package from Pro 8mm, and so I sent back that little guy that I already shot, and should be receiving my hard drive back with my scans any day now. In the past, from Pro 8mm, I've gotten the just the sort of standard HD scans where they sort of like do the full frame, where they kind of frame it for you. This time I'm getting one of the 2K scans with the like the overscan. So I'll be sharing that raw footage when it comes back. I was in Macon for the Macon Film Festival, visiting with my friend Julie, and so we had a good time hanging out downtown, and of course, and she's a photographer, so she knew some really like cool and interesting looking spots. So shot a little bit downtown, and also shot some still photography on my Pentax, and she took me up to this old cemetery, and so we did a little bit of filming there. So the camera that I used is my first 8mm camera that I purchased, the Bell and Howell. Let me see if I can get a good, there we go. The Bell and Howell, let's get her down there so you can kind of see. Ooh. The Bell and Howell 431 auto load. Let me just hold it right there where you can see it, I guess. So this little gal has been really good to me. I've had her for a long time, and I bought this camera pretty cheaply, and right before I did this video, I looked on ye old eBay, and there was there's a lot of these on there for very cheap. So I can highly recommend this camera if you can get one in good condition. This camera was introduced so it was manufactured between like 65 and 67. It shoots 18 frames per second. It also does single frame exposures. It will shoot at a high frame rate if you're wanting to do slow motion. And it's the way you do that is you just hold the trigger down, like squeeze it really tightly, and that gives you that higher frame rate. We've got the, put your cartridge in there, you got your little film gate. And it's one of those, so it does have a light meter. It's not one of those that has like the two different batteries, which I know can be really frustrating. I've certainly had that experience with an Elmo that somebody gave me, which I still haven't quite gotten working, but that one has this like battery that I'm really struggling to find like the modern version of. So some of those button batteries can be really tough. This one does not take one of those. It just takes 6 AA batteries, which, by the way, you don't want to leave in the camera, which I know. I know better. I blame it on being a new mom, but at one point I did leave some batteries in there, and there was an incident, and they did explode. And I have done my best to clean it out, and sometimes I'll go in there and re-clean it. Lately my sort of solution of choice is to put a little bit of white vinegar on it, but it's continued working without any problem. So hopefully she's still got some good years in her, despite my mistake. And there's still a little bit of battery corrosion in there, but the camera seems to be working just fine. I also shot last month's footage with all the funny cat stuff. That was shot as well because at the time, my Canon 1014 was not working, and so I went back to this old girl, and she's been good for me. Let's see, what else can I say about her? It is auto exposure. It does not really have this one is really simple. So this is, I think, could be like a really good first camera. By the way, it feels really solid. I really think Bell and Howell makes some really good stuff. It feels solid. It doesn't feel like a cheap plastic camera, but you can get them pretty inexpensively. I think it would be a good first camera if you're looking to get a first crack at Super 8. It does not, so it doesn't have manual exposure, but it does have an exposure, a little exposure meter inside, and it doesn't tell you the aperture or anything. It's just there's a little finger that shows up. It kind of pops into the screen when you don't have enough light. And if it's overexposed, it kind of pops up, but goes up this way. If it's overexposed, if it's underexposed, you'll get a little finger. Anyway, it'll tell you if you don't have enough light, is what I'm saying. Also, a little light shows up in the top right corner when the film rolls out, so it'll give you a little notice when the film rolls out as well. And there's of course a battery tester on the back, and the frame, it'll tell you the footage. It doesn't have one of those dials to tell you how many feet is left. So again, there's a little bit of guesstimating. You have to kind of get used to it, but basically there's a little footage counter on the back, and it goes from black means it's completely new cartridge, and then as you use the film, it'll become white, and it's one of those, when the PTA has a fundraiser and there's a thermometer and they color it in as you raise money. It's kind of like that. So it's not super exact, but you can get a sense. You're okay, I'm a quarter of the way through the roll. Okay, I'm a halfway through the roll. It's got, you can fold that pistol grip down if you want, and there's a little thread here if you want to put it on a tripod. But it's solid but really light, so I haven't really used it on a had a reason to use it on a tripod. It's really good for quick on the go. That's why I brought it with me this month. I wanted to bring something that was going to be compact, easy to pack, easy to carry, but was going to get me some good images. So I'm excited to see how that turns out when it comes back. So what I've done in the past with Pro 8, again, I've been sort of doing the real easy, you can make it real simple with them. You can you buy the film, they process it, they scan it, and they can upload it directly. But to save a bit of money, I shipped them a hard drive. So that's a little secret. I might do a whole video on different options for that I've used for sending off film, and what the pros and cons are in terms of cost and efficiency and ease and things like that. But this time I sent them a hard drive because I wanted to get the 2K scans, but I was trying to lower my cost a little bit. So for now, if you enjoyed this experience watching this with me, I hope you'll come back for the next video. You can subscribe to Critical Crop Top's channel on YouTube. And if you're wanting more, if you're looking for more depth and detail, I also have a blog called The 50-Foot Woman, where I have a sort of diary entries about my experience working with still photography and motion picture film. And also I share some of the still photography that I've been doing and learning. Thanks for watching, and let's shoot some more film, you guys.